Hey everyone, hi. Welcome back to my channel. I feel like we're crooked. Maybe we're not. I don't really know. It's okay. It's not about the crookedness here. Um, Today I'm going to be talking about my reading plans for April and a couple of kind of quick, what I would hope to be kind of quick notes and a little update about the channel. I feel like I need to be sitting taller. I feel like I'm crooked. Oh my goodness. What? Are we less crooked or more crooked? Now are we less crooked or more? I can't tell. If you are new here, then hello. Welcome. What a fascinating video to start with. So if you are new here, then just know that my name is Shelly. Most, if not all of my videos are book related. And yeah, I think that's it. If you like the vibe, I would encourage you to subscribe, stick around. And without any further rambling on, let's go ahead and get into the meat of this video. All right, April plans. I wonder if I'm going to like film this. You might be seeing this a mere hour after I film this, which for me is like really quick turnaround. We'll talk about all of that. So I'm going to be talking about reading plans, channel stuff, and then what else? Channels, and then life update. That's the order of events. So my reading plans, I recently did a video that I will leave linked down below, and it was ranking all the books I've read this year to prove to myself that I am having a good reading year, basically. Or like to disprove that I'm having a bad reading year. And in that video, I think a couple of things became very clear. One of which is that I've been choosing quite a few middling books. I just have been. Books that are not making it to the tippy top of my favorites. And so sort of my reaction to that for my April plans is something extremely loosey-goosey. And the concept that I'm going to enter April with is to read books that I think will be 5-star reads, basically. To basically look for books that are going to be my absolute favorite. Because believe it or not, there are a lot of books that I feel very neutral about. There are books I feel very skeptical about. And then there are books that I think that I will really enjoy. Some of it is because I get a recommendation from someone that I absolutely trust. So actually I was kind of joking around thinking that maybe in April I would read only Steve Donahue recommended books because Steve tends to recommend books to me. I just watch his videos. I don't typically get a personal recommendation from him, mostly because I seek out his blog posts and his videos, and so I usually choose books from him, and they're typically like the rate of enjoyment is very high. He and I rarely disagree on a book, or I rarely disagree with him on a book, we should say. I don't know what he thinks of my reading taste. Nor do I really want to know because, I don't know. I don't want to be critiqued here. Like, I'm just critiquing the books. You don't have to critique me. We're just going to leave it at that. So anyways, I had kind of thought that April would be a month in which I would read only Steve Donahue recommended books or something like that, so that I would, in order to ensure myself a good reading month. But as I've been thinking about it, I think the goal I'm setting for myself is to read books that I'm going to love. So I don't know what I'm going to pick up. This is like, I really don't have any idea. I'm reading a couple books right now, but I actually think I'll probably finish most of them by the time I start before April starts, actually. So yeah. So those are my plans. My plans are to like read favorites. Oh, Harry's here. Oh, hi, Boo. I think ultimately he just wants to hang out with me. So yeah, we're just gonna proceed. Yes, yes, sir. I don't know what are you doing? Are we gonna proceed like this? Are we gonna do the rest of the video like this? Okay, I think he just wants to be pet. There we go. For all of you who don't know, this is Harry, my miniature schnauzer. And yes, that's exactly what he wanted, because the moment I started scratching his ear, he is like relaxing. But now you can't see him. Ugh. So my goal, find favorite reads. And we'll see if I accomplish this goal in April. I'm also reading Cast, for sure. I'm reading Cast by Isabel Wilkerson. I'm reading that with the Up to No Good book club. And I actually do anticipate that I will love that book. I've heard really good things about it. I'm trying to position myself so that you can see sweet little Harry. Oh, he's so sweet. Yeah, so I do think that I will love that book. I don't know how I'm gonna read it. I think I might have it on ebook, but I'm not sure. I really don't know. I might grab the audiobook. I have no idea. But I do think that regardless of how I consume the book, that I will absolutely love it. Okay, so the next piece of information is my Patreon. I have, in the last couple of weeks, I've been wanting to simplify. And what I mean is that I have a great group, not even little, like I have a group of supporters on Patreon, and I don't know where necessarily the root of this idea is in me. I don't know where it started, but I do have this feeling or this concept or this idea that I'm carrying around, that I want to make Patreon like worthwhile, or I want my Patreon to feel like a space, you know? I want it to feel like a lively, interactive space. And I haven't really had the time nor the energy to do that. I just haven't had a lot of extra energy. And in chasing that feeling of wanting to, you know, make Patreon feel, I think, worthwhile, right? Like I want it to feel like it's worth it. I've been in the back of my mind, whenever I do have some extra space, I've thought about different ways I could kind of make it juicier, I guess. And with that, it means that I am managing another space, and I'm not really putting a ton into it, and I feel bad because of that. And I know so many of you are there just to support and to be supportive. And for that, I am absolutely wonderfully and incredibly grateful. And in a lot of ways, I feel like I'm not really pouring myself into it in the way that I want to pour myself into it. And additionally, it also feels like another space to manage, and it disrupts my weird workflow. So typically I film, I edit, I upload, and when everything is ready, it goes live. Or like when everything is as ready as I want it to be, it goes live. And with Patreon, again, in this sort of chasing the feeling of making things very worthwhile, I was like, oh, well, maybe I can provide early access. And weirdly, it just disrupts my workflow to do that. It's not, I wouldn't say it's a pain, but it's an additional couple of steps, and it is for a good cause. It's for the part of me that wants things to be lively on that space. And then inevitably things get just kind of, I'm gonna set him down. Hopefully, are you satiated? See, he still wants some petting, so one moment. So anyways, it's all contributing to, it's all coming from a good place. Like I want Patreon to be supportive and interactive and fun. However, I'm finding that I don't honestly have the time, and it's ending up to be a bit more work than I had anticipated, because it's an additional place where people can like message me and leave comments, and I'm just not used to it. And I don't really have, I think what it's boiling down to is that I don't really have the space to figure it out, to get in a good rhythm with it. I sort of launched it in the middle of my work year, which I'm a teacher. And so, you know, I'm in the middle of like teaching math and helping, you know, working on raising my kids and busy days from morning till night. And a lot of my extra energy goes to reading and growing friendships that I have already. And I spend a lot of time giving my time to other things. And then I also spend a lot of time on my channel and working on my channel. And then I feel like I have this additional thing that I want to pour myself into, but I don't really have the internal resources to do that, like the time and the energy and all of that. So all of that ramble to say, I've paused my Patreon right now, and ultimately it's going to go away. And perhaps in the future I might do like channel members, but I think I need to get with myself and figure out what I want to do with channel members, whether it be like like I don't want there to be just like, I thought Patreon, I would be just okay with it being a place of support, right? And then quickly I realized that if it was going to be a place of support, I also wanted it to feel like a space, like a lively space for me, where there was some kind of interaction. I didn't know that before. So it's been like a learning curve for me because I wanted it to be a place that felt alive. And in my attempts and sort of kind of failing, let's just be honest, at trying to get Patreon to feel a certain way, mostly because I don't have the time or resources. I'm probably just repeating myself. Because of that, I realized that if I'm going to do channel members, like if I end up doing that, it's just something I'm thinking about right now, then I definitely want to have a couple of things in place so that I can at least like get a foothold into making the channel members space feel like a lively, interactive place, if that makes sense. And so, you know, again, it's just like ideas right now, whether it be like a quarterly book club along with like a quarterly live stream for members only and something along those lines. But again, I didn't realize that I had all of this in me until I tried. And then I was like, oh, if I'm going to do a separate space, I want it to feel really good. Like I want it to be a place where I'm growing it, I'm working on it, I'm doing the thing, rather than it sort of being this space that is out there that's just sort of there, you know. And that's how I felt like Patreon was working, is that I was trying to cultivate it, but I didn't, you know, again, I didn't have the time, and it was just sort of there, and I felt like in some ways it was just withering, and I was like, I don't like this, and on top of that, it was disrupting my workflow. So I thought this was going to be a short video. I still think it's going to be kind of short for me. So yeah, Patreon is paused for now, and before the month of April ends, I will probably like cut off my page because I just don't want people to continue to be charged. I don't want to take any of y'all's money, like, and all of that. So I just, you know, and so just know that that space is going away. And perhaps sometime in the future, maybe even this summer, I might have like a new space. But I will definitely have it more thought out than I did when I launched Patreon. And it will be a little more of an actual project for me rather than what Patreon is now, because I just cannot right now with that. And I needed to really simplify and scale back on some things. So in terms of scaling back, I have just finished my last work day, now I'm on spring break, y'all. I'm on spring break and it's great. Today was our last school day and I'm just so excited and thrilled about it because, y'all, it's been a long stretch, at least to me. You know, a lot has happened there. It was time. I needed a little break. The kids needed a little break. The kids as in like my students and my own children. We all need a little break. And actually my sort of lifey update is that my parents are coming into town and they're going to be staying in this room that looks like a train wreck right now. Like, y'all, like it looks train wrecky, but it's okay. It's okay. Reality is that my parents are going to be staying here for a few days. So my plan is that I'll still have videos up, but it might be a little thin on the ground. It might be a little more sparse than normal. And I know that y'all are here. Who knows? Usually I'm like, it's going to be thin on the ground and it'll be fine. And what do you know? Like all of a sudden I'll just be producing just a ton of videos and you'll be seeing a ton from me. But you know, there might just be my video equilibrium in April might just be really weird. And to be prepared for that, and just know that I'm so excited and thrilled, and I'm just so excited that my parents are going to be here. They're great people. I love them so much. And this room is going to transform into a guest room for a little while. And then, you know, then I'll be back at it with video making. I have like a few days before my parents, there's noise. I have a few days before my parents actually arrive. And so it's going, you know, it'll be fine. I'm gonna use that time wisely. I mean, I'm gonna use that time to make videos and have conversations with my booktube people, because it's hard to stay away from me. I love being here. And yeah, so yeah, just, I guess that was kind of it. There's not a lot going on besides the fact that I'm on spring break and I'm so excited. And yeah, that's it. So, those are my plans. That's what's going on. That's a little life update, and that is it. So, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching. I really, really appreciate it. I really appreciate each and every one of you in all the ways that you support me, in all the ways that you interact and are just here spending time. I love it so much. I love y'all so much. I don't say it enough, but thank you. My gratitude to you is just immense. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here, spending this time with me, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye.